This is NAB Show Live.
I'm Ryan Salazar, and today we have a very special guest, James Wilson, Director of Engineering at IBM's Aspera. How you doing, James?
Pretty good. How are you today, Ryan?
Doing great. So media companies are increasingly looking at moving their workflows to the cloud. So what are some of the potential pitfalls that they need to be aware of?
Sure. Well, despite the trends that we're seeing in industry and the massive shift we're seeing with our own customers, only about 20% of workflows have actually moved to the cloud. One question that CIOs and infrastructure and content administrators need to ask themselves is, what does the cloud really mean, and what does the landscape of my solution look like? The cloud can be comprised of public cloud, private cloud, and on-premise to compose hybrid offerings. And we see the future of most workflows being comprised of those components. Also, although the cloud offers advantages like scalability, portability, and security at the infrastructure layer, the content producers need to be careful about the architecture of their solution as they piece together solutions from many different solution providers that are hosted in many clouds. Another thing to keep in mind is that existing workflows can be expensive to run in cloud. That they can be designed to run on very high availability and consume a lot of compute resources, memory and network utilization, which is expensive in the cloud. So looking at more cloud native technologies is an important piece to keep in mind when migrating to the cloud. And at last, and of course, data movement is key. That's what we at IBM Aspera do. As the proximity between the users and their data expands, technologies like high-speed data transport become increasingly critical.
Well, so yeah, us doing post-production and a lot of file transfers with really large projects, especially folks in the motion picture industry, it's a big deal, and that's your target audience, really. So what are some of the best practices that media companies should consider to make their move to the cloud?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of amazing tools in the cloud. We're actually in the second generation of cloud technologies. It started out with mostly virtualized and on-demand compute. But now we've come into the term that we call cloud native. Cloud native technologies like Docker and Kubernetes allow us to make our applications much more scalable and portable to run on-premise, in the cloud, or in any combination of these. They also run a lot leaner and give great advantages in terms of availability. Another area to keep in mind is using message-based architectures like Kafka. The traditional polling workflows are not really scalable at a cloud level. IBM and Aspera offer solutions like IBM Cloud Private and IBM Event Streams, which are a fully packaged solution for tools like Kubernetes and Event Streams. And I suggest that workflow producers not only look at their own environments and running them in cloud native with cloud native tools, but also look at the hosted solutions and SaaS providers that they're working with and make sure that they are also running in these types of cloud native environments.
All right, so James, a few friends of mine at IBM were just telling me that you're moderating a panel session on blockchain at NAB this year. Congratulations, that's a really cool opportunity. So how can media companies use blockchain today, and what's going to be possible in the future?
Sure. Well, there's been a lot of great thought leadership in the areas of content delivery, digital rights management, commerce, and these technologies are emerging today and enabling new business models and content distribution workflows. But as workflows become increasingly distributed and assets are passing through not only many cloud infrastructures, but also many different SaaS and hosted service providers, the matrix of people who actually touch digital assets that we're working on in the media and entertainment industry has exploded. Given the highly secure nature of these assets, we believe that there is room for a framework to be established which is open and agreed upon by members of media and entertainment, where we describe the movement of assets in a common way in order to build a trust network, if you will, to accelerate adoption of moving workflows to the cloud. We also believe that technologies like Hyperledger, which is an IBM-led blockchain technology that is open sourced by the Linux Foundation, provide the type of enterprise-level privacy, identity, and the power of tools like smart contracts for us to be able to build a lot of features on top of. So with all of the thought that's been done around global identity schemes, global identity providers, DRM solutions, key management solutions, what we believe is that if we build an open framework that is pluggable to all of these type of solutions, that we can accelerate, again, and improve the adoption and security of cloud-based workflows. We at Aspera are currently focusing very heavily on the security area of this, and we believe that adopting a framework like this can help accelerate the adoption of best practices in security, which are hard to propagate through media workflow life cycles, like keeping data encrypted at rest, secure key exchange, execution of commercial terms, and forensic watermarking. So we're really excited about talking about the possibilities, talking about the future, and if anyone out there is interested, we'd like to ask you to join us at NAB for this panel discussion. It'll be held on Tuesday, April 9th at 10:30 a.m.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so now I'm going to get into the really important stuff. When I go to Vegas, I love to hang out in cool places when I have free time, and it's really hard to have free time. But last year I discovered a place called Beauty in Essex, and it's at the Cosmopolitan Hotel in City Center. And you go there, and it looks like a guitar store, and you walk through this little back, and you can actually buy things in there, by the way. You can go through this back door, this side door, and all of a sudden you're in this really cool modern speakeasy. What a cool place, great food, great drinks and whatnot. So I'm curious, when you're in Vegas at NAB show, is there a fun, cool place in town you like to hang out at?
You know, one of my favorites is the Julian Serrano tapas across the street from the Cosmo at the Aria. So anywhere in that general vicinity, there's lots of cool restaurants, nice environments to hang out in. So maybe we can meet up at the speakeasy and you can buy me a drink.
You got it. And actually, I've been to Julian Serrano's. That's a cool place. South Lower 5005. That's SL 5005. James Wilson, Director of Engineering at IBM's Aspera. We'll see you in Las Vegas.
See you there.